Stepper drill bits? Where have you been, my life? Oh my gosh, these are freaking awesome. I wonder those Orange County chopper guys, first time I ever saw one on that show. They're awesome. I need like 50 more of those, but not at $57 a piece. Welcome back. All right, it's another glorious day in the neighborhood. Got the girl out purring away. Got her up to 10. You can hear the electric fans coming on. Purring like a kitten. All right, this is the next project, boys and girls. You might have remembered that if you've been following the channel for very long, the back of the bed was rusted out along the edges. So much so that it had to be cut out. I tried to drill all those out. I have a lot of video of that. I don't remember if I shared it with you or not, but it was a nightmare. So we also have to get that cross piece out, which means we need to disable the brakes. So that's gonna suck. Anyway, not a fan of opening systems I don't need to open, but here's the gist of it. So finding one of these beds was really hard, or nearly impossible, or improbable. So basically, we're not going to be able to do that. So we're not going to get a replacement for this. So the gist of it was to order some Z-bar. So Z-bar, it's aptly named because it's shaped like a Z. And I got 1.5 by 1 inches on it, 1.5 by 1, and I'm going to make new sides, and then this will carry over the lip on the bed in the truck. So you can see here that the rust was pretty bad in a lot of places, especially here on this corner. It's really bad. So that's what we're going to be hammering out, getting all the metal as flat as possible around the piece. You can see it gets really bad over here, so it's really very bendy, very bendy. That needs to be perfectly flat in the back right there. It needs to be perfectly flat. So we're gonna get out a hammer. We'll do some hammering and some shaping and some banging and some slapping and see what happens. I'm gonna get a piece of my steel over here out, and I'll get a piece of that out and do the hammering on top of that. But that's the gist of what we're going to try to accomplish today. Try to get that all hammered out and see where I bent that up really bad. I got my thumb under there. Anyway, we got to get that down close. You can see that it fits nice. Z-bar underneath it fits really well. So the gist of that is I need to dry fit it in the truck to make sure it'll fit. So I'd hate to do all this work, weld it up, and then stick it in there and it'd be wrong, where it wouldn't fit, or this wouldn't sit right down inside. But we'll do some dry tests on it too. All right, that's the gist of it for today. I need to do some setup, get things ready to go. We're also gonna try to get the mirror, we're trying to get the zinc off of this. You might have noticed, this is zinc coated. I don't remember ordering it zinc coated, but it's zinc coated. That means welding that would be deadly, so, or really dangerous. So we're not gonna do that. I watched a video online and a fellow there removed some galvanization from some tent stakes using muriatic acid. I have a swimming pool. I have lots of muriatic acid. So we're gonna use some muriatic acid that I bought at the swimming pool recently. And we're gonna do this little formula. 3 parts water to 1 part muriatic acid. In the 3-inch PVC pipe, it's like 0.4 gallons per foot. So if I go get a 3-foot length of that, put a cap on the bottom. So I get a 3-foot length of that, put a cap on the bottom. Oh, that can't, you seriously? That looks, you know what that looks like. I'm sorry. All right, So we'll have that, and then we'll just put the galvanized pieces straight into the acid. Little bubbles will happen. It'll bubble up here, and that'll be it. Zinc will be magically removed. I'm not a chemist. I just play one on TV. That's what we're going to try to do. That won't take very long. I do need to go to the hardware store, and then I'll need to rig up something out here where I can do that. I think I'll just lean it up against the old dead water tank or air tank, and that way it doesn't tip over and fry me or die. I get acid burns or something horrible happen. And then we'll use the same tube to oh no, we can't do that. We'll have to have two tubes. We need to neutralize the acid after we take it out of the bath. We need a bath with baking soda and borax in it. He didn't give me the how much to watts in there. Oh, he said mix it until it can't mix anymore. Okay, well, we'll do that. So we're gonna go get 2 3-foot tubes of that. That'll be entertaining and scary and everything. Don't tell Thumbtack or Mrs. Okierover that I bled on the floor last weekend. Okay, that's what we're gonna do right now, and we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I've returned from the hardware store. I have a big piece of PVC pipe. I've decided I'm gonna cut it 3 foot. And then that way I can fill it up to somewhere like short of that, and sew a piece to stick out that I can handle without getting acid all over me. The pieces are 54 inches long. Oh! So, something like this, and then I can just turn it over, stick it back in, and do the other half. Yep. That's what we're gonna do. I haven't decided if I'm doing that today or not. I do need to cut that, so find a reciprocating saw and get after it. Need to do that. Got it cut. What are you going to do with the rest of that piece of PVC pipe, Eric? Well, I'm glad you asked. Thank you for asking. So the other idea with the rest of this is I have a drain problem out here, which causes problems when the water comes running down this driveway, and I've got some underneath my airplane track, got some rain gutter under there, but it just fills up with dirt, so I need more. So I'm gonna do something like by cutting that in half or something, maybe. I don't know, maybe I'll just hold on to it. I don't know. It's good to have stuff like that laying around in case you have another project. So bought 2 caps like a crazy person. I guess I should probably go and cut another 3-foot section for my, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do there. I don't want to cut some more of that up. Blech. All right, more on that. Let's get started on getting the cap put on. Okay, sorry you didn't get to see that. I had to put that cap on. It does kind of happen sort of fast. So you put your primer on, and then you put your glue on, and then you cap. And then within like 30 seconds, that sucker's watertight. So good times. So now I have a watertight pipe, and we're all good. All right, let me get the rest of this buttoned up. All right, let's get some ear protection on, because we're going to be hitting metal on metal with metal and metal. So we're hitting metal with metal on metal. So it's going to be loud. So let's see how successful it's going to be. I need a dolly. I need something to go in between it because I need to keep this flange on the outside. I need to figure out some kind of dolly. Alright, pause while I figure out a dolly. Found a dolly. It's actually a chisel. So we'll use the chisel as a dolly, and then we'll just put a new tip on it when we're done. That'll make it life better. Ow. Ow. Okay, you can see that's a lot of work. And I'm gonna have a banged up thumb for it. Thanks. Very nice. All right, lots to do there. Lots and lots. It's going pretty well though. When you don't have money, you use your brains in your hammer and your back, and you blow. Now I can hear myself. And you bang on stuff because you can't replace it. So half of it's done. How about that? So we'll do the other half off camera because you don't need to see that. And I was speeding it up anyway. So, except for the part where I hit my thumb and it's bruising already. Ow! Okay, so lovely. That's about it for tomorrow. I'm going to degalvanize my steel. So that's what we'll do tomorrow on more video because it's hot and I'm tired and it's Sunday. And I wanted a break today a little bit after watching Mrs. Okierover compete in the senior games yesterday. They came in second. Tulsa Tornadoes beat them. They probably they couldn't have beat them, I don't think, that day. They were pretty tired. We should have played the Tulsa Tornadoes first, and then we would have beat them, and then we would probably wound up first because the rest of the teams we played were not that good. But nonetheless, second isn't too bad, and they qualified for nationals, which they are all going to be 60 years old for, so they're going to be the youngest 60-year-old team in the 60 and above group. That's kind of cool. So we got to work on Mrs. Okierover getting in shape in the next 6 months. So next summer, that's actually kind of almost a year. So she's got about 8 months to get in some kind of better shape than she is right now. We're going to work on it together because Fat Man needs some work too. So, all right, let's finish up the hammering and then we'll do some chemistry. Sidebar. The wife picked these up at a hospital. They were getting rid of all these bins. I said, why didn't you get me more? She goes, everybody was grabbing them. So, pretty nice. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. But I got a lot of tools that could go in some bins. What do you think I ought to do with them? Why don't you message me and let me know if you have some cool ideas. Yeah. Yeah.
24 hours later.
Okay, we're back. All right, day 2. Spent the day finishing up that project. Got most of that hammered out to where I like it. There's still a couple of pieces of rust welded steel underneath the steel and blah blah blah, but we'll sort that out later. Got my muriatic acid. Say I'm nervous is not even close to what I'm feeling about this. So, all right, so I'm gonna pour some acid into the tube, and then we'll get started on this. Okay, that half gallon, I'm in a well-ventilated area. Do not try this at home, kids. I'm in a well-ventilated area. That filled it about 1/3 of the way. According to the guy, I should be able to use water for 2/3 on that. So I'm gonna go get some water and then finish that part. Okay, we got the water in. It's about 2 to 1. So 2 parts water to 1 part acid. I'm gonna get started. Put the first piece in. There's some reaction. Couple of minutes of this supposedly and it should be okay. So I'm gonna show you the bubbling. Yeah, that's chemically doing some magic stuff in there. And I'm well over here, so I'm not anywhere near it. I'm gonna get a plier while you watch. Okay, I'm gonna let that set for another minute or two. This is fun. I don't know if it's fun or not. Okay, we're at 2 minutes. I'm gonna go take a look. Looks like it's working. More bubbling. Could we be doing some other stuff while this is going on? I doubt it, but anyway. Okay, so I got a minute or so more to go on that to get that one piece done, and we'll repeat it on the other 2 pieces, and then we'll have three pieces of no longer galvanized Z-bar to weld onto our bed after we sort out how we're going to get it de-rusted. My biological brothers has a sister. They were all 3 adopted, like I was, and she has a media blasting business. So, oh, my hummingbirds are still here. Oh, too late, can't catch them. She has a media blasting business, so I'm gonna reach out to her and see if she's still doing that stuff, and then I will have her media blast them if that's true and possible. I'll have her knock all the rest off of that. As you can tell, some of the under pieces will need it too. Lots of rust on that. That's the strap for the back, and then there's 2 of these. One has it's got the undercoating on it here, all the way down, and then the top is painted maybe. I'm not really, couldn't even tell you. All right, that one piece should be done, and I'm going to put the next piece in. All right, I'm not gonna make you watch that because it's boring. Okay, we're down to the last half of the last piece. It's over there getting its love of zinc gassing done. I've mixed up some base, which is going to be water, ignore all the dead bugs, and baking soda. So that's very basic. So we're going to pour the acid mix straight into the base over there, and it should neutral all of that all out, and then we'll be in a happy place. So we'll be able to dispose of all of our acidics and be happy about it when we're done. So excited. All right, followed some videos, watched 2 videos. One guy just basic water, didn't do any baking soda stuff. The other guy did a full baking soda mix thingy. So they didn't do any pieces as big as mine. They were doing tent stakes and little tiny things. But we just made that bigger and just went for it. So that's where we're at. We're pretty close to dumping out, and then I'll rinse the pieces in water in the front of the house, and we should be good to go. Then they will dry, and I will get primer on them post haste, because they will rust overnight if I don't. So, all right, I'll come back when I'm putting some primer on. All right, we've got them done. Here they are, over here, already resting. They've only been out in the air about 5 seconds. But we've got all of the galvanized zinc off of them. So now we're going to dry them off, let them dry, and then we're going to give them some primer. Guess we're going to get a new glove too. That one failed. Let's get a new glove. I want to use a towel that's not got too much grease on it, so I don't have to degrease them later. Just want to get the water off of them. This is not working. All right. Nice and clean. Yellow. You can see the residue from the acid or something. I'm going to probably treat these anyway with acetone before I paint them. Okay, no appreciable difference whatsoever. Okay, no difference whatsoever in the appearance after acetone. So, still that brown, but I think that's the acid. I really don't know. There was one spot, I guess there was some glue or something on this piece right here. I'll cut that off. And then there was something here that kept the zinc from coming off. So there's a really good example of what happens if you don't get your piece clean before you stick it in the acid. So make sure your piece is clean before you stick it in the acid, or you'll have these kinds of shortcomings. Ugh. You may be asking, where's your grandson today? He's so funny. Today's his birthday. He's 15 today. So half a year he gets his permit and we'll start driving around. We won't be driving in the Range Rover, but we'll be driving around, so it'll be fun. So it'll be awesome. So I can't wait to teach him how to drive. So anyway, happy birthday, Thumbtack. Love you, boy. All right, let's get the spray paint and some stuff. Let's get some primer on. This is self-etching. I don't have any weld-through zinc primer. Ironic that we are using zinc weld-through primer after I just removed all the zinc off of this. Irony. We're gonna let that dry. Okay, remember this is gonna be underneath the truck and holding the bed across the back to the frame of the truck's body. So it needs to be as unrusty as possible in the future, because I'm never doing this again. So we're trying to do everything we can to make that the smart way of doing it. Good luck. Okay. Primer on. Woo! Doesn't that look great? Good stuff, maybe. Also messaged my brother's sister. Okay, let's try that again. Take 14,000, because this is a stupid camera. 24% battery, and says, oh, I'm running. I have a really strange feeling I'm getting a new camera for Christmas. Stupid camera. All right. I think we already talked about that. All right, let's move out here. Got one other little small project done while we were working on all that other stuff. I also got the drain put in. That's a lot of paint. Yes, I know. I put it on there myself. Yeah, so that's gonna work. That was to save me putting it through the C-pillar here. Remember, the tube runs down through the C-pillar. Tube runs over there. Where's my hand? Over there. Tube runs from the sunroof over to the C-pillar and down the C-pillar, and then supposedly drains underneath here. So that's a recipe for rust, if you hadn't noticed on my other video. So I moved it out of there and onto the other side. Why I didn't do that on the other side, don't ask. Well, it wasn't rusted out. That's probably the reason why. It's probably gonna rust out now. Now that I mentioned it. All right, that's it. Okay. I think that's everything. Got the wrong size originally, so we've got to spare one of those if we ever need it. I think that's everything I'm gonna try to get done today and this week. Next week, I put out the feelers to talk to Janice about getting my blasting done, and I'm sure she will respond as soon as she sees her phone and reads her Facebook messages, and then I will make that part of some video in the future. Yep. Oh, one more thing. The fuel pump experiment in the Seafoam has yet to produce any results. I tested both pumps yesterday. They didn't move at all. So they might be toast, but you know, I'm gonna put a couple of dollars worth of Seafoam in it and see what happens. And then if they work, then that's even better, because I saved myself from having 2 crappy pumps and being embarrassed about that. So everything else turned out great. I think it was a good weekend. Thanks so much. Like and subscribe. And if you like what you saw or you have comments, please send me a message. I love to chat. I will be happy to respond. And that's all I got. Have a good week. Today's Labor Day, by the way. So have a good week. Whatever that means. Peace out.